Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Chelsea versus Tottenham game in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, obviously taking place at Wembley with the kickoff being at 5:15 p.m. tomorrow. And it's a massive game. In my opinion, up till now, our biggest game of the season. Because in my opinion, this game will play a big part in the sort of decision and the final result in who will win the league. Because whoever wins will get such a massive confidence boost for the rest of the season that, like I said, it will play a massive part. So it is massive, and there's no way we can take this lightly. There's no way of lack of motivation like apparently there was against Man United, which is just ridiculous. There's no room for that. We need to go all out. We need to do everything we can. We need to leave 159,000% on that pitch because we cannot give in to the pressure that Spurs are putting on us at the moment, whether that's in the league and obviously in the cup as well. Talking about Tottenham, they're obviously doing incredibly well at the moment. To be fair, even last season they did incredibly well. They blew it at the end of the season, to be fair, and finished third. But, they've been going really well for 2 seasons now. So they're in second, as you all know. They're 4 points behind us, as you all know as well, probably. And, they're on an 11-win streak, almost as good as we were around December, January. Well, pretty much after we lost to Arsenal, actually. Last game they lost was against Liverpool. So, obviously they also won their last 5, which was 2-1 over Southampton, 2-0 over Burnley, 3-1 over Swansea, which I'm still annoyed about, because Swansea were 1-0 up until the 88th minute or something. And then the last 2 games, they beat Watford and Bournemouth, both 4-0 at White Hart Lane. So they're doing really well. Obviously, they're danger men. They've got so many danger men. Kane's on 20 goals. He's back from injury. Eriksen's doing really well. On 12 assists, Dele Alli scored 16 goals. Scored 2 against us last time we played them away at White Hart Lane. They're doing so well. And, their wing-backs, their full-backs are doing incredibly well. In Danny Rose, in Kyle Walker, obviously both managing to get into the team of the year. And, it's just absolutely mental how well they are actually doing. We always think of Tottenham as this small team who are actually never going to do stuff. And, there's still a good chance of us winning everything that's left to win and Tottenham not winning anything again. But, they're getting closer and closer to, winning stuff. They're very much closer than, Arsenal to winning anything. So, we cannot underestimate them. I don't think anyone is underestimating them, but, I just have to clarify it. Coming to Antonio Conte's press conference, and the first thing he said, he wanted to give his condolences from, himself, the club and the players to, Ugo Eyogo's family. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, who passed away at only the age of 44 from a heart attack, which is obviously very sad. Also from us at 100% Chelsea, obviously our condolences to his family. And then getting into about the game in Antonio Conte's press conference. First of all, he was asked about Gary Cahill, who there have been reports about apparently had to be hospitalised for 2 days this week. And, Conte explained the situation. He said he came in with a bit of fever on Tuesday when they resumed training after the game on Sunday. And the doctors at the club decided, well, we should bring him to hospital just to make sure he's all right. And he is getting better. He said it's gallstones, what he's suffering from. His English, it was kind of hindering him on exactly explaining what's going on. But he did mention gallstones, which obviously nothing very nice. I'm no doctor here. It's something very painful going on in your gallbladder. So, if you want to know more about it, just Google it. But yeah, so he has been suffering from that. He's recovering. Conte said he is getting better, but he said it's very difficult for him to play tomorrow. So, he's just not playing tomorrow. He was in hospital for 2 days this week, and, he's recovering from gallstones. It's no joke. So, Gary Cahill ain't playing tomorrow. That's for sure. Then he was asked if a semi-final at Wembley with Gary Cahill being out, injured or, ill, isn't a perfect moment to put John Terry back in and use his experience. And then Antonio Conte said, we want 2 players for every position, which we don't have, but in defence we do. And he said, John Terry's his best position in the 3 at the back formation is in the centre. And he said David Luiz is playing there at the moment, and he still has to figure out the best defensive lineup for tomorrow. So John Terry ain't playing. It's just the question: will he put Zuma on sort of his a bit wronger side on the left because he's only been playing as the right centre back really, or will he put Inaki, who really hasn't been getting any game time in months? So I think it's going to be Zuma, but obviously I'm going to talk about my line of it later. Then he was asked about, because Mauricio Pochettino, obviously Tottenham manager, said Spurs are the underdogs for this game tomorrow. And Conte just, found it quite ridiculous, like as do I, to be honest. He said Tottenham really have to stop, making themselves out to be the underdogs here, because it's just that they have to stop using that excuse, because they've been doing really well for 2 years now. They've been working with that manager and that pretty much that squad for 3 years. They're doing really well, and they have to stop using it as an excuse. And he's completely right. Tottenham are not underdogs. If anything, Tottenham are favourites, because their form has been a lot better than ours. I think it's probably equal, but they're definitely not underdogs. And Conte was exactly right to say what he did, in my opinion. Then he was asked about, obviously, if he sees anyone else in the squad that can sort of take over from John Terry and be that leader in the dressing room, whether that's off the pitch and or on the pitch. And then he said, it's obviously not easy losing so many long-serving players this season. In January we've lost Janovi Cahill and Branislav Ivanovic, and now in the summer we're losing John Terry. And he said it's definitely not easy, but we're building for the future, and together, as in the him as the manager and the club, have to find replacements for these players now. And we're building for the future, and it's important that we do that really well. And I'm considering where we were last season and where we are right now, we're doing a great job at it. And he's completely right. And that was really it from Antonio Conte's press conference. So coming to Chelsea, my lineup, talking about what I do. And, what I'm worried about, what I'm confident about. I really don't know what lineup we should go with, because with both ways that we tend to go with, I see us struggling, which isn't great. So just say we go with a 3-5-2, just change it up a little bit. Go obviously Courtois in goal, Azpilicueta, David Luiz, and I'm going Zuma, like I said. Moses and Alonso as the wing-backs, then a three-man midfield of N'Golo Kante, Matic and Cesc Fabregas, and the two strikers, that being Diego Costa and probably Eden Hazard, just behind Costa, just next to Costa, just to shut down their midfield, to, counter their strength in midfield with Dembele and Wanyama, and obviously also Dele Alli and Ericsson, where they drop it backwards a little bit. But then, you have the issue, Danny Rose and Kyle Walker against Moses and Alonso. And if we don't have wingers, Alonso and Moses have to do both defensive work and attacking work. And obviously, as good as Rose and Walker are, with them, Moses and Alonso won't be able to do as much going forward. And we will lack, attacking quality. And that's obviously an issue. But then again, on the other hand, if we play our usual 3-4-3, with the same defence, Courtois, Azpilicueta, Luiz, Zuma, Moses and Alonso as the wing-backs, only Kante and Matic. I can't see Fabregas starting in a 3-4-3. And then the three wingers, the three forwards in Hazard, Costa, Pedro, or Hazard, Willian, Pedro, whether we will drop Costa or not. Then obviously you have the issue, yes, find it easier because Moses and Alonso can stay back a little bit more and can leave the attacking work to the actual wingers out on the wing. But then you have the issue of, in midfield, we might get overrun by Wanyama and Dembele, because even Herrera and Fellaini kind of overrun us last game against Manchester United. So it's not easy. It's not easy, and I'm not 100% sure what to go with. I dropped Costa, not because I know I went kind of on a rant about him in the review for United, which I still stand by. He was terrible. Obviously, we found out that he was dealing with a virus, just like Alonso, why he missed the game. But still, just to change it up and just to surprise Tottenham a little bit, I would go with the three sort of small, quick, technical like forwards in Hazard, Willian and Pedro. But I don't know what we'll go with. I'm not 100% sure what we should go with either, but I'm no manager. So, Conte, think of something and it better work, mate. Please just make it work. Like I said earlier, it is a must-win game, because I think if we win this, we'll go on to win the league. If we don't win this, it'll have me worried. It'll have me very worried, because I can see us bottling it then. And that's why I think we have to win this game, and there's no doubt about it. And but yeah, talking about my prediction, I can't give you a prediction. I don't know. I can see us losing. I can see us winning. My head says it's more likely that we lose. My heart says it's more likely that we'll win. I'm not sure. I can't give you a prediction. Leave me your predictions in the comments, but I can't really... I can't give a prediction. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Again, leave me all of your predictions down in the comment section below. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below as well. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We massively do appreciate it. Check out all our social media links, which are down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm so buzzing for that game. And again, must win. We have to win. Up the shells, upwards and onwards. And I'll see you next time.